Logan Paul is back? What? Hey, what is up, A-Teamers, guys? Back at you with another video for today. Before that, before I talk about what the video is about, hope you guys all are smiling, dabbing on them haters, enjoying what you're doing, and striving for goodness, enjoying your life, man. You only live once, so make most of what you have, and keep trying for goodness, whatever in your college, your work, whatever you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing, and keep trying to be better than you were yesterday. So it's for today, the video. If you guys haven't already seen, on Twitter, whatever, on YouTube even, Logan Paul is back apparently. I don't know about vlogging, but he's back on YouTube. He posted a video. I was really busy last night, but I couldn't really watch the video, so I didn't get time. But thought I'd watch it right now, give my thoughts about it for you guys. If you guys already know, Logan Paul posted that controversial video on, I believe it was New Year's, of a person that committed suicide, which is really wrong on his part, and I don't endorse it. And I believe, and he confessed for what he did. What he did was wrong. So it's his first video back, and let's see, the title is "Suicide Be Here Tomorrow" is the title, and so something to get back and prevention, I guess, something about that, I'm guessing. So let's get in the video, guys. And as always, guys, don't forget to follow me on my social medias up here, and don't forget to subscribe down below. Let's get into it, guys.
For 40 minutes,
people
crying like a baby.
Hold up. Damn. Hold up. Before I get more of the video, 40 seconds one person every 40 seconds takes their own life. Damn, man. Crazy world we live in, but it's crazy, man.
Bikers, joggers, tourists, runners, they
Very
went by me.
cinematic.
Police officers searching for suicidal people went by me twice. I'm standing at the ledge, leaning over the rail with tears flowing down the waters. And I thought to myself, absolutely nobody cares. And then the voice in my head said, jump now, and I did. And the millisecond that my hands cleared the rail and my legs flew over it was an instant regret. The depression was wiped from my mind, and all I wanted to do was live, and I thought it's too late.
Kevin Hines was 19 when he jumped off the Golden Gate Bridge.
Let me go back.
He is one of the many incredible people that I've been grateful to meet over the past 3 weeks as I aim to...
So, Logan Paul got a new cut, man. New cut. So, obviously he's trying to get away from what he was before, trying to create a new image, you would say, so he's trying to, I can see him trying really hard to come back to what he was. So, back to the video.
further understand the complexity surrounding suicide. And I know I've made mistakes. I know I've let people down. But what happens when you're given an opportunity to help make a difference in the world?
The backlash against the social media star.
Very popular guy called
Logan Paul is in some hot
He's
water.
a complete and utter insensitive idiot.
Taking a break from daily vlogging.
Even he says his latest content was his biggest mistake.
I want to apologize to the victim and his family.
It's time to learn from the past as I get better and grow as a human being. I'm here to have a hard conversation so that those who are suffering can have easier ones.
So I've never been so hard.
It has a very, if you guys haven't seen it on YouTube, like, there's very motivational, emotional videos, and a cool background. It has that type of feel to it. So definitely not a vlog, but again, this might be his new route. What he's going to do on YouTube. So we'll see. At 134.
Humbled in my life by a single event.
Were you kind of shocked by it?
I was shocked to discover just how big this is.
You've never known anybody that killed themselves?
No one. And that was part of the problem. It's just my ignorance on the subject.
But in Ohio, where you come from, it's the second leading cause of death.
And I know while I'm not able to solve the problem by myself, I want to be a part of the solution.
And that solution began across the country in New York City. We sat
Very
down with Dr. John
hopeful
Draper, director of the National Suicide Prevention
video,
Life.
though.
We have to change the conversation publicly from just focusing on suicide and how something bad is happening and say, well, what do we do about it? Help people understand that the first thing they need to do is reach out and talk to somebody when they're feeling in despair. Because you're not alone with it anymore. They've done studies with people who are experiencing any kind of pain, including hanging off a cliff. You can hold on a lot longer if somebody is right there with you.
I think as a society, as human beings, we just have to be more compassionate. And that includes me too. That's something I'm learning along this journey. And something else that Dr. Draper told me were the 5 steps that anyone can take to help prevent suicide. Step 1 is simply just ask. Ask yourself, ask others, are you thinking about suicide? And I know that sounds like a daunting question, but literally...
Definitely, man. But so far what he's saying in this video, definitely helpful. Because definitely people don't realize that people are around them, people are at college, to work. Even when they don't really show it, and sometimes they might, and you might just blow it off and say, oh, they're just having a bad day. But you never know, man. It's just, we're losing that grip on reality. Like, people are just closed in or inward, you know, worrying about themselves rather than, I can say that, like, from people I've talked to, all the people I've talked to, that before it used to be like, okay, something happening next door, you would go and check out what's happening, you know. But nowadays, it's just, we're closed in so much, and it's also the fault of social media and stuff like that. Media, especially these days. So definitely a problem that needs to be changed.
That question can save lives. And step 2, accordingly, would be just to listen. Be present, don't make any judgments, and then step 3 would be there for them, even after you've already asked, because dependability is key. Step 4 is then help them connect, whether it's with a friend, a family member, a local suicide hotline, therapist, but help them reach out to someone so they don't have to deal with this alone. Lastly, step 5 is just check in on them, show them that you care, call them up, say, hey, I want to make sure you're okay, can I check in with you over the next few days?
So one of the things that is so important about reducing stigma is getting stories out there about people positively coping with suicide.
Do you guys know anyone I could talk to with a lived experience of suicide?
Absolutely. We have quite a number of people that we could refer over to. Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
And that's how we got introduced to Kevin Hines. 17 years ago, Kevin jumped off of the Golden Gate Bridge and survived.
These are individuals whose stories, when people hear them, they say, you know, maybe I can get through. As opposed to hearing stories when people haven't. And those are, unfortunately, those are the stories that we've heard before. Now we're hearing more and more stories of people being more open about it. As I was saying before, Logan, for every 1 person that dies by suicide, there's 287 other people that think seriously about it but don't. Those are stories, again, that have not been told. If we told those stories of people who got through it as opposed to one who didn't, imagine what kind of influence that would have on people's behavior.
When I found out that 1 in 6 high school kids seriously think about suicide, that's stunning.
Yeah.
This is such a common problem.
Logan, all I wanted was for one person to look me in my eyes and say, hey, kid, are you okay? I am so grateful to be alive. And I'm grateful today for every...
455. What are you saying, man? This guy, Kevin's his name, but what are you saying, man? It's so true. What? sometimes you just have to be there for somebody else, man. You can't just, these days, man, people are so selfish, and we just gotta come out of that, man. This new age thing, we gotta come out of that. We can't just say it's just all like the new age kids, and we gotta be human beings, man. We can't just, we gotta care for each other, man. We're losing that humanity, man. So we gotta get back to that. What he's saying is actually so true. 4:55.
Millisecond, I get to breathe. Because it was almost all ripped from me by me.
What's one thing you would have said to your younger self? To the Kevin who is 19, sitting on the bus, if you were next to you, and instead of the guy who pointed and laughed, what would you say?
I would just put my hand on the I would just put my hand on my shoulder, and I would just say, I'm here for you. I got you. We need to be a society that comes together for every person in the community that's going through hell. And in order to do that, every person that's going through hell, whatever hell, has to be honest about their pain. And if they're going to be honest about their pain, we are going to collectively answer the call and be there for that individual. Because if you don't see beauty in the next person you meet, you're not looking hard enough.
You're incredible, dude. This is an honor for me.
It's an honor for me too, brother.
From this point on, I want to make an effort to contribute and immerse myself in the conversation, so I'm pledging to donate $1 million to various suicide prevention organizations, with the first $250,000 going immediately to the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline so they can increase their capacity to help those in need.
For anyone watching, I want you to know you are not alone, and most of the time, crisis passes. So if you or anyone you know feels alone or trapped, I encourage anyone to call or even text the suicide or crisis hotline. Both of those numbers are below, and although this is a tough conversation, it's important because things can and will get better. It's time to start a new chapter in my life as I continue to educate both myself and others on suicide. I'm humbled and thankful to say, this is just the beginning.
Guys, so a very emotional video. Definitely a different video that Logan Paul never put out there, which makes sense because he was very outlandish, which you have to be to get recognized these days. But it's a good first step for Logan to take after what he did, what he posted and what he did. So definitely a good first step, but he's not there. He's not fully there yet, but it'll take time. I mean, like, this video definitely shows that he is not this crazy dude. He has an emotional side to him. So definitely a good first step for Logan Paul. I'll be putting the National Suicide Prevention line down below and somewhere right here, so look for that. And if you know anybody, or if you yourself, definitely talk to somebody at the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline Center. Definitely talk to this. These days, if people are afraid to talk about how they feel, so definitely don't be afraid, guys. And you guys, hope you enjoyed this video. And as always, guys, if you enjoyed it, smash the like button down below. And if you're not part of the 18 family, man, what you doing, guys? Join right now. Go ahead and smash that red button right there. And as always, guys, thank you for watching, guys. Peace.
I've been on the low, I've been taking my time. I feel like I'm out of my mind. It feels like my life ain't mine. I finally wanna be alive.